Oya Fenyi no premier mu atimo akwa ban from happy morning show so.
Yo, me just
Na apomboko de.
Ya me adawo ma no so.
Ye krokro mun kakra kra obo ade adawo ma. We de wo ma ye di suansem se de adawa koma so na adawa koma so no. Ye ni hu nkomo kakra ne. Na ye hwe enhye ahodo ade agu akwan mu na ye de man kwada ebinumu a wo mu na nka wo so mu ko sukuu mu kokko tena sukuu mu sua de eyan sohwe ansa na aka kyerem so mu ko manim ene yese double track ne single track ne ho sensem ntin kwada ne bi wo ho a wo mu second term education as second semester examination no wo mu antumi anyo automatic promotion wo mu ko form 2 WAEC the results ababa tudwa ye nyina yenim computer placement system ho sensem na otwemienu entemo entia nya ne sen koda no esan wo mo wie BC also mo ko schools ahodo no mu within 2 weeks. And we are, for me as a parent, I'm concerned about the stress that parents will have to go through. It's been happening over a period of time. Parents have to go through. And school and also the psychological toll ebenya ewon koda ne so. Picture ya metwa kirewi. Madama. Mona mado omaya di hwemu asuko. Eto saying, am I justified to be concerned as a parent?
Yo, ma menda na minchia edefo na I think anyone who has followed education very carefully, especially from 7 years ago, but from day one, there has been a very intentional, well-planned, conscious decision to reduce the quality of education we have here. I said this because, in all sincerity, I trust that our leaders are very intelligent people. I trust that they have all or most of them have received education even abroad. So they know, they have learned. Some of them have lived at places where education quality is of very high standard. So they know the right thing to do. If they want to do it today, they will. However, they have come to realize that if Ghanaians become very intellectual people, like the way we see of America, Germany, the UK, if Ghanaians become very intellectual, 90% of politicians will lose their jobs. The reason is that now Ghanaians will be so much interested in policy. Ghanaians will be so much interested in analyzing issues. And they will realize that over 90% of politicians are very useless people who don't give us any policy, who don't have any pragmatic solution to our problem. All they do is give you 20 CB, give you 10 CB. When it is 2 months to election, they come to construct your road and they win your vote. They want the system to continue. Let me start from 7 years ago. See, all the problems we see in the Ghana education service today is not because of free education. It is not. When in 2017, free education started, they automatically removed what we call cut-off point. Cut-off point some years ago, which should be here, you would need a certain cut-off grade B and graduate to a secondary school. I remember that grade started from around 18. It later went to 24. Later came to 30. And at a point, it moved to around 35, 40. This government came and said that, no, this is a 50, 60, at year 17 for a year school. And because of that policy, now a lot of the children got into senior high school. And then they created double track systems for it. So the problem has been artificial right from day one. They intentionally created it. It is not because the number of students entering school has necessarily increased. No. It is actually because some politicians sat down and said that we are happy to introduce free SHS. However, if we don't do something about it, the free SHS will look like a normal policy. So, as we introduce free SHS, let us also open the entry grade system so that it will look as if in Colano, only school, also many students are now going to school because of the free SHS, and lots of them are now going. If your school is in Milan, if it's a Colano school, also if you increase the double track, for parents to think that a free day increment they bring up, it is never true. The free SHS brought increase in number. It never did. Then they removed that cut-off grade, and then they began pushing everybody in. And then they started a double track. And then they told us that, the double track is just a temporary arrangement as government is going to build more schools to accommodate. Now, because the problem is intentionally, at the first Sunday, intentionally watch the data, that will be 9. You will never wake up. So, because the double track system was intentionally created to make everybody feel that free SHS means the bring to school, there's no way they are going to cancel it, because the day they cancel the double track, the free SHS policy will now look like a normal policy. All right. So they decided to keep the double track. Now, what they did again is that from 7 years ago, they said no child can be repeated. As long as they can feature pure child right from class 1 to SHS, you cannot repeat any child, including the child.
Na kurano omano omade na oguzu piano na koza.
You try and repeat the child. You will see what will happen to you. It is so this current system you see, it is only now becoming a national issue because it has gotten to the neck of Daniel. It started 7 years ago. In fact, 7 years ago, I started as a teacher. So I was teaching in the secondary school. We were told, and I was part of the admission and enrollment processes and all that. So we were told that if Colana or about 3 SHS, or about Form 1, because I'm buying a bit of scam or a free SHS, I'm buying a bit of I'm buying a more accommodation for the modern students. You cannot repeat a child because who repeats now? It means I'm buying the child who's got 2. It means, for example, I can remember Form 1. Now, I buy my burden, or time on the feeding, and pay the feeding Form 1. Now, one body to or time it means I buy the one time and burden. After I'm feeding, now I buy the what the I say, Colano Form 1. I can only do other Form 2. In fact, on one side, the cancer all could right from 7 years ago, Form 1 student cannot be repeated, Form 2 cannot be repeated because a bias, why all budget usually, why is it so much cafe usually, why is it so much feeding usually, why is it so much accommodation usually, it will repeat one child that you have disrupted the system. So, for example, the Bayama arrangement for 100 students. No repeating back. It means that what perform to a better than 99. So 99, this what the buying numbers are. Don't repeat anybody. And again, we will not repeat anybody. Then, when the government challenged, government went to
in the 2017. I don't have any evidence to back the claim I will make, but you can say for a fact, say, and she say, a woman say, San Codano back from one, so bon humo dio, so amon humo dio, yen piano man in conanim, and you can see Jaco there be a manetinamu, say, Abia amon humo dinti.
Let's say, apart from that, Palani, one home what they know. Tapalana put Bawuti challenging the catcher of the say, me, I'm a shaman, but I said, me, because she had the mania shakana. Won't me repeat it? Apalana put painful, I want to repeat it because
I could have parents and so pay.
Apalana parents look at crowd to repeat it because I buy and say, Apalano, on to buy a man or twice. On top, boarding accommodation or bed now, what that's on top more twice. Obatuma, we are in the budget for only once. It's a whole number from one now. As or just one, not from two. Or from two, as or just one, not from three. Because that is what the national budget caters for. Ask any teacher who is bold and confident to confirm this. I know many teachers cannot speak because once they speak, they'll be kicked out. Now, let me shock you even more. When the government finished, you ain't not yet. So our students, what's in our children? We write with 5 countries, West African countries. That 5 West African countries are from West African countries, as in countries that you know for education system, the same. I'm looking at Nigeria. I'm talking about
Sierra Leone, Liberia.
Like good. So our countries because we want our certificate to be very heavy. In the case Ghana, WASSCE certificate. Now Nigeria WASSCE certificate. It should be the same thing, they should carry the same way. If you are Ghana, you can travel to many countries with your WASSCE certificate. And I went to WASSCE and told WASSCE that we cannot write the WASSCE with the African countries again. In the case Ghana, so, as I talk to you right now, since 2020 or so, about 4 years ago, Ghana has been writing its own WASSCE. It is a statistics now. Ghana has stopped WASSCE. Ghana has stopped West Africa. Ghana passed with. I think WASSCE, 80% of them are A. 99, A plus, and all that is artificial. We don't write WASSCE with West African countries again. If you inquire, so you want to come now you set young questions. And I get the upon the system, and now you compromise invigilators. And now you mancolano, you only buy the and then you want to share the result the banner. These days, the results are even shocking the students themselves. You be shocked to know say a collabi omonimo a WASSCE exam room no krano. Obi o one control paper no. Obi o one for some reason one control paper no. And so result the banner not na paper no. E wa no WASSCE paper no so. Come on. I give you an example. What we really the BEC result? BEC result. But creative art, the mark area. In the overall creative art, and also my pendant. Right? Currently, all these students in Ghana, check your result, not creative art, they're pendant. Personally, I know about 3 students who never wrote that paper, but they also have pendant.
Creative art.
Creative art. In fact, social studies, personally, I know 3 teachers who mark social studies. Yawoda, our marking year was the point. From Yawoda to Saturday, now you review results. Who mark your exams new year? No, we did a kind of veteran. The veteran layer, who is teacher, one mark BC, as order for a higher authority. Normal vetting means they will go through and see, say, oh, my key, master local now, boom, accurately or correctly. You use to have vetting, man. There was another level, I just want to cross checking. Cross checking, index numbers, accurate index numbers, the marking, whether it went where there were no biases here and there. You will cross checking now. And so you're being put inside the computer, being your event and 1111 and so you really read into the system. Now with that. Now, we are living in a market social studies here. The process about describing actually. Now, that will be here.
That process can even take younger Ben Outrim, you know, and as an Outrim and San Azabus.
Of course, and that is how it has been all over the years. So I am telling you that this DEC result that we are seeing, what they will do is that they will just have to pass all the students so that no student will come out and complain that paper now, lecture, but you're more failing it.
I know John Capi didn't come out. There are some numbers here. One more, their results have been withheld. As a one more equilibrium. So results be or idea one more chemu. So you still don't believe, say, the press statement number 2 and what they tell us in the press statement, you know,
I am not talking about withheld results. I'm saying that currently the whole time DEC results creative art MI your friend pending. Without following and besides who even can confirm that what he is saying is true. What I am saying is what you can confirm, because if you get any index number, DEC index number, or you walk into any school right now and ask them to show you their DEC results, you will see creative art as pending. If you have not finished marking, how do you release results? What is saying that they have withheld 301 results and they have who can confirm that? Who can even determine whether what he's saying is true or not true? If you're not here, you're found to be. I mean, all the things they have done over the period, you know, and my sufficient reason to doubt whatever they will say.
Yet,
they should.
Fenyi, Yanka, it's a minya of doing one and can come a bit me a treat pa. But a quick one, say within a minute. Dear air cost swing, and I said, dear cost swing, and soon swore on the future of Enquada woman system in more. Any dear he, soon swore on a my edition so any dear he.
It is number one. Oh, by me. Who take a decision now? Be very careful. Today, you can take decision that will favor you, whether politically or not. But understand that tomorrow, when you are old, over a hospital, right? Doctor now the capital hospital hall. So and now one that a manufacture result the man one or the apple school that is a doctor or the more through money. In general, all your road, you know. So you and now one that a manufacture result man send you read this BC result or my manufacture or whatever. WASSCE results, or manufacture or whatever. Keep manufacturing the results. What you get eventually is that the doctor you will produce will not be an intelligent doctor. The engineer you will produce will not be an intelligent engineer. The accountant. So a few years to come, see many of you taking those decisions, this kind of nonsense decision, many of you are in your 50s and check. Maybe I'm more than 10 years. A lot of you will go on retirement. You will now, hospital will now become your friend because of old age. You will go to hospital and depend on the intelligence of nurses and doctors there. You will use our road and you will depend on the intelligence of the engineers who are constructing the road. You will go to the bank as a pensioner, and you will depend on the intelligence of the accountant at the bank. MH, Philip, pensioners are more haircut over their bonds. You know, accountants who are in charge until that over call retirement. Who call retirement investment that we're making in Akwalana or manufacture result, all about the accountant over your investment. Chief Justice, so for your kufu, when the pensioners were going on demonstration because their bonds, Yamom haircut, their savings, Yamom haircut, and she was passed, but she was one of the most powerful people when she was in power. All right, but the amount of haircut, on one so a can. If you know all of you who have power today, how do you release BEC results when marking has not been done? How do you tell children to go to school when they don't even know their placement? Because you want them to go so that you can distribute tablets to them for you to win political power. How do you tell us that if a child doesn't come to school for 1 year and he shows up just one day, you're not a promotion? Because to you, every child should be promoted. How do you make all these stupid decisions for our education system and expect to live a good life when you go on retirement? It is these dumb children, it is these children who are not learning, who will eventually become the medical doctors, who will become the accountants, who will become the engineers, who will become the politicians, who will become our leaders. When they get to that level, they will take decisions that will kill you early. Not because they are wicked. Because when you have to correct them, you didn't correct them. When you have to punish or discipline them, you didn't discipline them. They will all come and let's give ourselves 10 years. You are in secondary school. University is just 4 years. Masters is just 2 years. So in 10 years' time, all of them will enter the world of work. All of them will become accountants. All of them will become engineers. All of them will become political leaders. By that time, you will be like, sure. I'm talking to the elderly people. I don't blame the children. They are innocent. They are just going through the system as we have created for them. That's why I'm not talking to the children.
Okay.
I'm talking to we, the leaders who are taking the decisions. 10 years' time, many of us will be like, sure, we will be in wheelchairs. Many of us will be old people. Many of us will be dependent on drugs and hospitals. When we get to that level, the decisions you are taking today will bounce back to you and you'll be shocked.
Ora Fenyi, yemfa constitution is here. Mamem na Ora Daniel Fenyi ase.